Hello everyone, I hope you guys are all having a fabulous Tuesday. Today I have a review on the Chanel Le Boy O-Zip coin purse. I will be doing a quick overview of the items, some pros, some cons, my final thoughts, and whether or not I recommend this piece. So let's get started. Before I forget, the measurements on this beauty are 4.5 inches in length. It is 3 inches in height and approximately 3/4 of an inch in depth. This item features the gray lambskin leather with the Ruthenium hardware. However, they always have an array of different textures, different colors, and different hardwares that you can choose from for this item. But there is a front side of it. There is a back view of it. As you can see, there are no external pockets, and this is a zip closure coin purse. So there's the zipper there, and then you also have the little leather pull tab as well. And when you open it up, you have a total of 3 slots or 3 compartments. There has the little tab there that says Chanel made in Italy, and these compartments are lined with fabric and they go all the way down, and you also have the leather gusset, the accordion style gussets on the side, so it makes it very easy to be able to open this item a little bit more. And this item currently retails for there's a price range between $475 to $575 here in the States. Now on to the pros. One of the best features about this item is the fact that this is the perfect wallet to downsize to go compact if you need to carry a little bit more. And what I mean by that is, let's say that you like these card holders, you think that they're beautiful, but you find them to be a little too limiting. You can fit anywhere from 4 to 8 cards, and 8 really if you end up doubling them up, but you don't have too much space for cash or anything else. Then I think that this is a fantastic option because you do have the compartments and you can fit a lot more in there, and you don't have to worry that you're leaving something behind, or maybe you need to carry this many loyalty cards, or maybe you have to carry this, this insurance information, you have to carry that, or you have to carry this amount of cash, or whatever it is. You have a lot more options with the compartments that this item has, and I will get into how much it fits in just a second. So again, I think that one of the best features is that it's a great way to go compact without having to sacrifice leaving something behind. So that is the first pro. Another pro is that its size. Due to its size, it can fit into quite a bit of clutches, a lot of smaller handbags, and here I have my Chanel mini rectangular flap in the black caviar with the light gold hardware, and I just want to show you guys, give you guys a visual as to what it looks like into a smaller handbag. And because of its size, again, you're able to maximize adding more items in there. See? So I have a lot more space for a lipstick, for my phone, another card holder if I wanted to. So it's not just taking up too much space. So again, you're able to downsize, you're able to put it into a smaller handbag without taking up too much room. That way ensuring you to add more space for your other goodies. So that is another great feature about it. As I've said in other videos, looks can be very deceiving. You look at this item and you think there's no way, it's way too small, look at how narrow it is, there's no way you can fit as much as you need in here. But I wanted to show you guys, I already gave you guys a glimpse of it earlier, I have a total of 17 cards for the sake of this video because I'm already using another wallet. I have a total of 17 items in here. 17! Plus I have 5 bills in cash that I had to fold up obviously to fit this in here. But I have room for a little bit more. So check that out. I think at most I ended up fitting either 22 or 23 cards, and I still had a little bit more room, but of course you don't want to overstuff it because you don't want to strain the zipper. But I thought this was pretty amazing. You can literally downsize from a larger wallet, such as the Chanel large zipped wallet, the zipped wallet, or the Louis Vuitton zippy wallet, or any of those organizers into something like this, again, without having to sacrifice leaving something behind because you have so much space. So I thought that was pretty amazing. Another pro to this item, and honestly something that really surprised me, is how durable it has been, with it being lambskin. And I already touched base on the whole lambskin thing in previous videos, but I thought I would just talk about it a little bit more. I thought that I would end up getting a little bit more wear, I'd end up getting scratch marks, especially because when it comes to small leather goods being lambskin, we interact with them a lot more than we do with the handbag. A handbag, it just houses your items, but these, we're constantly opening them up, and I sincerely thought that I would end up getting scratch marks and wear marks, but I haven't had any problems. And I mean, I was very hard on this item, as I am with other SLGs. And that's one of the things. I don't want to have to baby it. I don't want to have to think twice about it or how I'm using it. When it comes to a wallet, it's just a no-brainer to me. Open up the item, put the items inside, take items out, and that's it. I don't want to sit there and obsess about how I'm using it. So it has been very durable. Absolutely no scratches whatsoever. And the zipper has held up, and it is plastic, and I will discuss that in just a second. The hardware, everything has held up very, very nicely. And like I said before, I was hard on this item. I used it thoroughly, and I used it exactly how I wanted to, and I haven't had any problems with it whatsoever. There's absolutely no creases on the lambskin on the bottom here either. So that makes me very, very happy. Another great aspect about this wallet are the compartments, and there's actually a few things that I like about them. Number one, I like the fact that it makes it very easy for you to organize the items in the way that you need them. So let's say that you put your driver's license up here with your credit cards, maybe some loyalty cards here, maybe, and then maybe some cash there. You can put them however you need them. So it makes it very accessible and very easy to retrieve the items whenever you're at the checkout. And the other detail that I really like about the compartments, I actually ended up having to take everything out so you guys can have a better visual, are the fact that these dividers go all the way down. Because sometimes when it comes to these types of SLGs or these types of wallets, you'll have the dividers that have a little bit of a gap, and that way when you do use them with coin, when you do use them with cash, sometimes like if you put the coin in this compartment, it'll work its way to this one down here. So the fact that they're a little bit more stationary, it might be something smaller, something insignificant, but I really love the fact that they stay put and I don't have to worry that something's going to travel from one compartment to the next. So I just thought I would mention that as well. And the last two items are not necessarily pros, but more so a great detail that I thought I would mention as well. But I really do like the clearance that you have between the top of the card to the zipper there. So you don't have to worry that the items are going to get caught on the zipper or anything like that, because sometimes also with these SLGs, they tend to be a little too close to the zipper. So when you go to zip them up, you don't want to think twice about how you're zipping up your item, right? So when you zip it up, sometimes it gets caught in the teeth. But like I said, there is quite a bit of clearance there, so you don't have to think twice about it. And the other thing that I wanted to discuss is that in my previous review of this item for my caviar one, I had people ask me if the cards end up being demagnetized because of rubbing up against each other, and I don't have, specified slots for them, and I haven't had any issues whatsoever with any of my cards being demagnetized, whether it was the lambskin one or whether it was the caviar one, absolutely no issues. So again, I thought I would mention that as well. Now on to the cons. As much as I love this item, I told you guys that when it comes to reviews, I'm going to be super honest with you. And one of the things that drives me crazy about this is the fact that it does have a plastic zipper. I think that for the amount of money that this item is, there should be no plastic on there whatsoever. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I love it. And I do have my eye on a few other La Boy SLGs, so it's not hindering me from adding another one to my collection, but I really wish that they would just do away with them, and I do appreciate the fact that it makes the color look a little bit more flush up against the zipper there, but it would have been nice to see some hardware on there versus seeing plastic. So again, I thought I would mention it because it's not a feature that I'm just like, oh, I love about it, So that is the first con. Another con, if you were to use this with coin, is the fact that it does have the fabric lined compartments. So that way, when you do use the coin in here, it ends up leaving a residue, and it makes it a lot harder, almost impossible for you to be able to clean it off, versus using a different wallet that has a compartment solely for the coin where you can just kind of clean it off or take warm water to it. So again, if you are to use this with coin, just keep in mind that you will be able to see the coin residue as you use this item. Even though this item does have generous compartments, especially because it has the leather on the side of the gussets here, so it definitely has a little bit more give. I do have to say that if you want to make sure that you fold your cash only once, that's not going to happen, because if you only fold it once, you can see that it'll end up getting caught on the zipper there. So I end up having to fold it more than once. Actually end up folding it in half, and then I kind of fold it in half as well in order to make it fit. So again, I know some people aren't too fond of that, and I also find that I have to do that with some business cards, because sometimes when I put business cards in here, they tend to be a little too wide, so I have to fold those in half as well. So I don't think it's too big of a con, but again, I thought I would mention it because some people aren't too crazy about having to do that. So therefore, it kind of takes away from the accessibility if you want to get that business card. I don't think the cash is too big of a deal. As you saw earlier, you can really notice where it is throughout the wallet when I do fold it in half. But again, the business cards might end up getting lost with other items in there if you end up having to fold them because they are too wide. So I thought I would just mention it. So like I said before, an honorable, just something just to keep in the back of your mind. So my final thoughts on this item, I have to say that I was super apprehensive about adding this item to my collection because of the plastic zipper. I was thinking there was no way that a plastic zipper can wear better than a metal one. No way. I did have someone mention on one of my videos when I discussed this, they said that they thought that the plastic was a little bit better because you won't end up seeing the tarnish that you would on a metal zip. So that's another great way to be able to, you know, to think about it. And I asked my sales associates, I said, you know, what if the teeth end up popping off? What if this? What if that? What if that? And they told me that they haven't had any issues with any wallets that have the plastic features on them popping off or breaking. So I don't know if it's industrial strength type of plastic. I have no idea. Only time will tell. But when I told you guys in the beginning that I was not going to baby this item, I was not going to, you know, be mindful of how I used it, that is exactly what I did. And when it comes to wallets, I don't want to think twice about it. I just want to be able to get in and out of the wallet without having to figure out, you know, what's going on with the leather outside or what's going on with the zipper or whatnot. So it really made me happy. And to be honest, it ended up shocking me how it has held up because I sincerely thought that I would end up having a lot more wear on this than I do. I think that, yeah, there's not too much wear. And I will have to say that even though there isn't too much wear, and I did use it for quite some time, also keep in mind that I end up rotating my wallet. So I think that really adds to how something wears over time, because if I'm not constantly using it for a year, of course it'll end up looking a lot better, you know, because I use it, you know, I end up alternating my wallets. So I just thought I'd mention that as well. And I do also have to say, I had a little bit of a scare last week when I was using it. We were out and about. Of course, it was raining. I took out my wallet and I dropped it on the ground. It was actually in a small puddle of water. And I sat there for like 2 seconds, way too long. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, it's ruined because it's lambskin. I took it, you know, I took it off of the floor and I saw the water on there and I had a Kleenex on me and I just dabbed it and I didn't have any, I mean, I thought I would end up having water stains for sure because one of my espadrilles, it ended up getting a water stain on it. It's lambskin as well, and I thought that it was going to be ruined, and it kind of made my heart beat a little bit faster because I was thinking I ruined it. I ruined it just on something so small when it fell on the ground, and nothing. Check that out. There is no water stain. There is no residue. There's absolutely nothing. So I don't know if over time, as I end up using this, because of the oils on my skin, it'll end up making that that water stain, if you will, end up just kind of popping through, kind of like with Louis Vuitton Vachetta. But so far, nothing. No stain, no wear mark, no nothing. And I thought for sure something was going to happen to it. So ultimately, do I recommend this? Absolutely 100%. I love this wallet. I've talked about it so much. I have 3 in my collection, including this. I do have my eye on a few other pieces with the Le Boy line, as I mentioned, even with the plastic, because it is a lot more durable than I thought. So that really makes me happy. But I do have to say, if you're the type of person that wants to carry 30 plus cards and you want to use coin in here, even if you don't mind about the residue, I don't think that'll end up working out because you'll end up straining the zipper just a little too much. So it does end up fitting quite a bit, but there is also a limit as to how much you can put in there. So I think that the reason that I'm able to add as many cards as I can is because I don't use coin in here. So if I was to use coin, obviously that's going to take away from how much I can actually end up fitting into this item. So again, if you want something to downsize to and you have a place for your coin, or maybe if you want to carry 25 cards and you don't want to carry a big bulky wallet, then I think that this is a fantastic option to go to. I had a little bit of a difficulty saying that word there, but it's great, you know, and I can't talk about it enough. I think it's just a beautiful piece, and the fact that it doesn't take up too much space makes it even better. All right, you guys, so that does it for my review on the Chanel Le Boy O-Zip wallet. I think it's a fantastic piece, and hopefully I was able to give you guys some pointers and give you guys some tips. That way you know whether this item is a great piece to add to your collection or not. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to my channel. And yeah, that does it, and I will see you all tomorrow. And as always, make it a fabulous day or not. The choice is yours. Have a great day, you guys.